Shalom Israel. Want to start off by giving all praises to Yahawah, baha, Yahawashi, baha, qadash. Double honors to the apostles and elders at Great Millstone, and blessings to the elect. It's the brother Yahawashi from Great Millstone, Dallas. And I'm actually not on my lunch break today. I'm at the crib, so call halal Yahawah, baha, Yahawashi, baha, qadash for that. Brother was able to get off early today. But what I wanted to do was get into I wanted to start up another series, called the Faith Files. The Spirit jumped on me, with the time that we coming in, with Jacob's trouble and things heating up over there in the Middle East, and Trump showing his ass, and Putin showing his ass, and Kim Jong-un and all these other world leaders, so-called world leaders, you can see that things are heating up to the point to where the men with understanding and the men that are occupied in prophecy, we starting to feel, we starting to get anxious. It's almost time to get up out of here, man. But I said that to say this, the faith that was given to us as a gift, according to Ephesians, we're gonna have to utilize it. We have what I want to do is go into Hebrews chapter 11. Let me pull that up real quick. Hebrews chapter 11, to go ahead and get into the different accounts, of our forefathers. What I want to do is I want to start the series with breaking down the whole chapter of Hebrews 11, and then taking examples from the scriptures, not only from this chapter alone, but from the rest of the books, the prophets, Yahawashi himself, the disciples, the apostles, all the believers. There are several accounts in the scriptures that go into how beneficial faith is for our people, being that we have the only living power, Yahawah, Yah meaning he, and Hawa is to be or exist. He's the only living power that can do anything when you call him. Buddha can't do nothing when you call him. Allah can't do nothing when you call him. You got atheists out there, Scientologists. Look, it's only one name that you can call on if you're an Israelite, and when you're in dire straits, when you're under the threat of imminent death, and you don't have to be under the threat of imminent death to show faith. You can show faith in the men that the Lord set up to teach you. You see what I'm saying? You can have faith in the prophecies. You can have faith in the Heavenly Father. You can have faith in His Son. You can have faith in the Holy Spirit. Think about it like this. Okay, you go to work. Say you get paid bi-weekly, right? Okay, you're going to get paid. You know what Friday you get paid. You know what I'm saying? And you'll actually be surprised if your money ain't there on Friday. You know what I'm saying? If it's according to the schedule. Well, how much more for the Heavenly Father, man? You know what I'm saying? You praying for the elect to be sealed. You praying for thy kingdom come, thy will be done. These are the things that you asking. And he's showing us every day. Every day he show us something. Every day he show us something that we ask for. If you ask for what's according to his will. Because according to the Heavenly Father's will, he want us to be on top and ruling. So he's putting us in a position to be able to accomplish that, man, even though we fell off the way we did. But the Lord said he wanted to find faith in the earth. You see? So I'm gonna go ahead and get into the topic, get into the chapter. Lord willing, to be edifying, inspiring, and it's just, we one day closer to the kingdom, Aki. Like the brother kind of knocked down in Miami like to say, we one day closer to the kingdom. He say that all the time, man. That's huge. We need to hear that, It says Hebrews chapter 11 verse 1. It says, now faith is the substance of things hoped for, the evidence of things not seen. Now I say, have we seen the kingdom of heaven? Have we seen us in rulership? Have we seen us winning? No, not a lot. Not at all. You know what I'm saying? Especially with these fleshly eyes, we haven't seen nothing that we're looking forward to. You know what I'm saying? We haven't seen nothing pleasant in this captivity. It says, for by it the elders obtained a good report. You know what I'm saying? Now let's look up that word elders. Let's look up that word elders, man. In the Greek is presbyteros. Alright. Says old man, elders, elder woman. It says an elder of age, the elder of two people, advanced in life, an elder, a senior, forefathers, a term of rank or office. Now this is where, it says a term of rank or office. This is what we're dealing with now. You know what I'm saying? You got the apostles and elders, a great millstone, and then you have up and coming elders. Like Yahawah, and Ariala. You got Elder Malcolm, Elder Brother Malcolm out in Chicago, the Elder Brother Uriah. You know what I'm saying? Them brothers in Boston, you got the Brother Adama. You know what I'm saying? I'm naming up and coming elders. Out in Cali, you got Mawatazak and Barak. And each camp has up and coming elders. The camp heads. It's an order. You see? And the whole thing about brothers calling each other elder, elder this, elder that. Be balanced with it. You see what I'm saying? Like the apostle said, if you 10 years up, you know what I'm saying? I will say it won't be it won't be 10 years for me teaching until it get cold. You know what I'm saying? So yeah, just be balanced with it. Whether you being called an elder or whether you calling somebody an elder, be balanced with it, man. Have faith that Yahawashi put the right man in front of you. And if you see that man as an elder, be respectful. But like I said, the apostles, they mentioned up and coming elders, meaning not all the way an elder. So it's a distinction, up and coming. It says members of the great council or Sanhedrin, because in early times, the rulers of the people, judges, etc., were selected from elderly men. You know what I'm saying? Okay. Let's see. But yeah, the term of rank or office, was the one I wanted to focus on here. All right, let's go back. So as long as you have you want to have a good report, you know what I'm saying, in the eyes of the Heavenly Father, and the best way to do that is to be obedient and to have faith. You see, it says through faith we understand that the worlds were framed by the word of the Most High, which is Yahawashi, going back to Genesis, and you can couple that with John chapter 1. It goes hand in hand. It says, so that things which are seen were not made of things which do appear. You know what I'm saying? So it's through faith that we have that understanding. It's through faith that we know that we Israelites. It's through faith that we know that what the Lord looked like. You know what I'm saying? We haven't seen him. All we have is these words. We haven't seen him in a long time, if you can receive it. Verse 4 says, by faith, Abel offered the Most High a more excellent sacrifice than Cain, by which he obtained witness that he was righteous, the Most High testifying of his gifts, and by it he being dead yet speaketh. You know what I'm saying? So Abel had enough faith to give the Most High the right sacrifice, and through that faith, his blood cried unto the Most High from the ground. You see? And to this day, Cain is still a fugitive because of Abel's faith, because he was killed unjustly. But Abel gave the right sacrifice because he had the faith necessary to please the Heavenly Father, and Cain didn't. You see? It says, by faith, Enoch was translated that he should not see death. Now that's huge. Enoch was so faithful to the Heavenly Father that he just beamed him up. He didn't see death in the cards for Enoch, man. You see? That's important, man. We have to understand these things, man. Either you believe these things or you don't, man. I was talking to the brother Arianaza earlier, and he made a statement. He said, faith, it's time to take faith to places that it's never seen before within you. You see what I'm saying? Meaning that the faith that you do have, the more you get into this thing, the more you grow. And the more you believe, the more things become possible. Spiritual power comes from believing. You see? Faith. You dig? It says, because the Most High had translated him. Hold on, I'm going to start at the beginning. It says, Hebrews 11:5, it says, by faith, Enoch was translated that he should not see death, and was not found because the Most High had translated him. For before his translation, he had this testimony that he pleased the Most High. And it was through faith, man. It was through faith. Having the faith, calling on that name, being obedient. The same thing you want from your kids, right? Right? You know what I'm saying? You can't have your children not having faith that you can get the bills paid, man. You know? You go to work every day. You know what I'm saying? You go to work every day. You paying the bill. I was saying your kids have faith that they're going to be able to stay in this place for one more month. Simple as that. Verse 6, it says, but without faith, it is impossible to please him, to please the Heavenly Father. It says, for he that cometh to the Most High must believe that he is. So when you come to Yahawah, you must know that he's Yahawah. He is. He is. And he gave his only begotten son. And he gave the 144,000. You know? He gave the rest of the nation the law, statutes, and commandments, man. You know? And once you believe that he is, the possibilities are endless, man. You see? It says, and that he is a rewarder of them that diligently seek him. You see? Now we're going to get a couple of words out of this one. You know what I'm saying? I'm going to get faith. It says conviction of the truth. Conviction of the truth of anything. Belief in the New Testament of a conviction or belief respecting man's relationship to the Most High and divine things. Generally with the included idea of trust and holy fervor born of faith and joined with it. Relating to the Most High. The conviction that the Most High exists and is the creator and ruler of all things. The provider and the bestower of eternal salvation through Hamashiach. You see? Now, related to the to the Son, related to Yahawashi, it says a strong and welcome conviction or belief that Yahawashi is the Messiah, through whom we obtain eternal salvation in the kingdom of Yahawah. You know, says the religious beliefs of the Christians, which the true Christians, the followers of Hamashiach, you know what I'm saying, Hamashiachim, not Christians. You know what I'm saying? The true believers of the Most High and His Son. It says belief with a predominant idea of trust or confidence, whether in Yahawah or in Yahawashi, springing from faith in the same, fidelity, faithfulness, the character of one who can be relied on. We have faith in Yahawah by Hashem Yahawashi, man. We have faith in Yahawah by Hashem Yahawashi by Hashem rawchaa qadash, man. That's what faith is all about. You see? I would suggest you brothers go look that word up if you haven't. The word is pistis. Alright? Now, we got faith. Now, we're going to get impossible. Alright? Arenatos. Alright? It says, without strength, impotent, powerless, weakly, disabled, unable to be done, impossible. You know, you cannot please the Heavenly Father without having faith that He is. You see, that's very, 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 very important. I remember one time we were called faith-based Israelites, like that was a bad thing. You know what I'm saying? Like the Elder Ariala, that's the name of his page. You know, GMS faith-based Israelite. You know, so yeah, man. It's impossible to please. I would say you can't do it. If you don't have faith in the Heavenly Father, He's not dealing with you, man. Period, point blank. All right. Now, let's get pleased. To please the Heavenly Father. Euristio. All right. It says to be well pleasing. To be well pleased with the thing. Alright. See if we got anything else down here. To be well pleased with the thing. Yeah, man. So the Lord wants to be well pleased. You remember what he said to during the transfiguration? He said, "This is my beloved son in whom I'm well pleased." How did Yahawashi please the Father? By being obedient, man. You know how much faith Yahawashi had to have to be crucified, to be destroyed the way he was, he had to have faith that the Lord was going to put him on his right hand, because the Lord was going through the scriptures. You know, the Lord was going through the scriptures. So when he read in the account, when he went back and read the account of Nathan and David talking about Solomon, man, you think that didn't click? Come on, man. Come on, man. Yahawashi is the scriptures, man. He never deviated from the scriptures. All right. All right. You must believe that he is. All right. And diligently, of them that diligently seek him, man. Exitio. I'm coming for you, Tazama. I'm getting my Greek game up, brother. That's an inside joke, man. The brother Tazama, man. Shalom, all right. It says diligently. It says to seek out, to search for, to search through the scriptures, man. Looking up the words, going into the Hebrew, going into the Greek, going into knowing them Latin words. You see what I'm saying? Having those commentaries and going through that Bible. I was like the Apostle Elder Gabar said, you got to be able to see these stories, man. You got to put yourself there. You see? And faith is the only thing that's going to open up that understanding, the way, you know? It says to seek out, i.e. to investigate, to scrutinize, you know? And the thing is, you got these dudes coming up against the doctrine, they investigating and they scrutinizing. But you know what I'm saying? Theirs ain't mixed with faith, though. See, they looking through the scriptures wanting to go against the grain. You see? They not looking to get the full understanding. They looking to go against it. So they investigating and scrutinizing on the left-hand side. You see? And you see the difference. You see that their works are starting to dwindle. And you see that the brothers that's in sincerity, they faith is having them to do more videos, man. You know? When Apostle Elder Tahar said 2 videos a week, Jake lost their damn mind. When he bumped it up to 3, it got even worse. You know what I'm saying? He just mentioned the thought of being in the spirit of doing 3 videos a day. And it got even worse. So now you see, show me the scripture where it say I gotta give diligence to make your calling and election sure. That's the scripture that says do as many videos as you can. If it's 3 a day, fine. If it's 10 a day, fine. If it's 4 a week, look, when the spirit is on you, strike when the iron is hot. You know what I'm saying? Thank the Lord for putting the spirit on you. You know what I'm saying? Ask the Lord to put the spirit on it. Thank him for it. You know what I'm saying? And do the work. This is where faith leads you. This is where faith takes you. You see? This is where faith is going to get you, man. It's going to get you in a position to where you can be delivered, man. It says to seek out for oneself, beg, crave, to demand back, to require. You see? All right. Now let's get back to the chapter. This is verse 7. It says, by faith Noah, being warned of Yahawah of things not seen as yet, it hadn't rained yet. You know what I'm saying? How did that? You know what kind of faith it take for the Lord to tell you that it's gonna rain? It ain't never rained before, bro. Noah was prophesying for what, over 100 years? You know, for over 100 years, he was prophesying that it was going to rain and it had never rained before. Did Noah quit? Did Noah say, nah, I'm pretty sure Noah was stressed out a whole lot in that time span. But that faith, bro, I'm telling you, man, that faith matters. It matters, man. We ain't shit without faith. Straight up, man. Straight up. All right. It says, by faith, Noah, being warned of Yahawah of things not seen as yet, moved with fear. That's what I'm saying. He never knew what rain looked like, but he knew the Father's intent behind that rain. You see? So having that faith and having that fear, you know, it's crucial, man. It's crucial. It says, yet move with fear, prepared an ark to the saving of his house. You know, and that's what we doing, man. We preparing a spiritual ark for the saving of our house, man. Through faith and obedience, man. It says, by the which he condemned the world and became heir of the righteousness which is by faith. You see? The Lord rewards faith, man. All the time. He's never, ever confounded the man that called on him, man. And everybody don't have faith in the Heavenly Father, man. You know? And if they do claim they have faith in the Heavenly Father, it's their own warped version of him. You know what I'm saying? According to and not according to the scriptures. Okay? Verse 8, it says, by faith. Notice how it's saying by faith. By faith, Abraham, when he was called to go out into a place which he should after receive for an inheritance, obeyed and went out not knowing whither he went. You know what I'm saying? Him and Lot was like, what we gonna do? You know? He left his house, you know what I'm saying? He had enough substance to get out of his father's house, you know? And he was like, well, okay, well, shit, I got enough faith in the Lord to wherever he send me, I'm gonna be good. He went one direction, Lot went the other direction, man, and both of them was straight, man, and it was through faith. That was the reward. That was the reward for him being faithful to the Heavenly Father, man. Even though in his father's house, his father was going off, he dealt with his father respectfully, you know? He had enough substance to go out on his own. And he had faith in the Heavenly Father that he was going to provide for him and keep him straight no matter where he went, man. And he was rewarded for that. Verse 19. It says, by faith he sojourned in the land of promise, as in a strange country, dwelling in tabernacles with Isaac and Jacob, the heirs with him of the same promise. You know what I'm saying? So he was with his children. You know, he was with his children, his grandchildren, his great grandchildren. You know what I'm saying? He was able to build the nation, the nation that turned out to be the Israelites. Whew, yeah, the nation that ended up being the Israelites, the former sons of God, because they were the sons of God before that. So they went from the sons of God to the Israelites, man. You know, through the faith in Abraham, man. Abraham kept it going. You know. Verse 10, it says, for he looked for a city which had foundations, whose builder and maker is the Most High. Through faith also Sarah herself received strength to conceive seed. You know, Sarah was old. She was up in age, man. She thought she was too old to have a baby. You know, but she had faith. She had enough faith through Abraham. Through the order, you know, it was Yahawah, it was Abraham, and it was Sarah. You know what I'm saying? In that house. So Abraham's faith, in turn, built her faith, which they were able to have the nation that was built up that ended up later becoming the Israelites, man. That's going to be redeemed. You see? I'm going to read verse 11 again. It says, through faith also Sarah herself received strength to conceive seed, and was delivered of a child when she was past age, because she judged him faithful who had promised. You know, Spirit came to her. The Spirit came to her and said that you was going to have a baby, you know, and she laughed because she thought she was too old. You know, in turn, they named Isaac, they named Yatazakak, which is how you would say the entire name. My name is Yatazak. The full way to say it is Yatazakak, you know. And Yatazak is for short. So it's basically like going from Michael to Mike. You know what I'm saying? So they named the baby Yatazak because of the laughter that Sarah displayed when she heard that she was going to get pregnant. You know? But even though she laughed and the angel acknowledged it, you know what I'm saying? She still had that faith and was rewarded the son that she didn't think that she could have. You see? It says, therefore sprang there even of one, and him as good as dead, so many as the stars of the sky in the multitude, and as the sand which is by the sea shore innumerable. You know what I'm saying? So from that faithfulness of that couple, you have millions upon millions upon millions of Israelites, man. You know, the sand of the sea and the stars of the heaven, man, you can't count that. You see? Verse 13, it says, these all died in faith, not having received the promises. You see? So the scripture said you got to be faithful unto death. You got to be obedient unto death. You know? It said love the Most High with all your heart and all your spirit, man. With everything you got. You see? Why? Because he loved us like that in return. He loved the nation of Israel with every, you know what I'm saying? He haven't even showed us all the love. Even though I'm saying, when you go through the history and the account, you know what I'm saying, which builds our faith up, going through these accounts of our history, that's what I'm saying. He's only showed us glimpses, you know. It says, these all died in faith, not having received the promises, but having seen them afar off, and were persuaded of them, and embraced them, and confessed that they were strangers and pilgrims on the earth, man. That's what I'm saying. They knew that it was something better. You see? They knew. They died knowing, hey, okay, fine. You know, it ain't gonna come in this time, it's gonna come in the next time. You see? It says they saw it afar off. Reincarnation is in the Bible, man. Don't let the wacky ass, tacky ass Christians tell you otherwise, man. Don't let nobody tell you otherwise, man. Reincarnation is from Israel, man. That's an Israelite belief, man. You ain't gonna come back as no cricket or no fucking or Elsie the cow, man. No. You're going to come back in another spirit, man. You're going to come back in another body. Your spirit is going to come back in another body. Salakia. Well, that's a whole nother topic for a whole nother day. But our people understood that concept, you know? Because first of all, if I would say Abraham didn't get to see his seed become a multitude, so did the Lord lie to him? Or did he have enough faith to just accept that? You know what I'm saying? And be like, okay, because look, you think Abraham ain't going to see that promise? You a damn fool. And the Lord ain't dealing with you. Yeah. It says, these all died in faith, not having received the promises, but having seen them afar off, and were persuaded of them, and embraced them. Matter of fact, let's get persuaded. Let's get persuaded. All right, PI though. It says to persuade, to induce one by words to believe, to make friends of, to win one's favor, to gain one's goodwill, or to seek to win one, strive to please one, to tranquilize, to persuade, more move or induce one to persuasion to do something, you know? And we're being persuaded to do the work. You know what I'm saying? Through the fear of the Most High and the faith in Him. You see? It says be persuaded, all right? And say to suffer oneself, to be induced to believe, to have faith in a thing, to believe, to be persuaded of a thing concerning a person. You know? The person that's persuading us is Yahawashi, man, through Yahawah. He sent his son to show us how to do it. You see? It says to listen, to obey, yield to, comply with, to trust, have confidence, to be confident, persuaded. All right? And then, okay, now once you persuaded, they embrace those promises. You see? To draw to oneself, to salute one, greet, bid, welcome, wish well to receive joyfully, to welcome. You see? They embrace those promises. Abraham said, "Oh, you gonna make my family a multitude?" I embrace that. The water Yahawah. You see? When Peter asked Yahawashi, "Hey, what we gonna get for giving our whole lives up?" He said, "In the regeneration, you gonna get this, and that." You see? And they said, "Khan out of one," and they continued the mission. You see? Now, confessed. It says, confessed that they were strangers. Confessed that they were strangers and pilgrims. Here it is, the Lord made the earth for our sakes, but we strangers and pilgrims. They understood. We understand. Let's get that word confessed real quick. All right, what's the word for that? Hamalagio. All right. It says to say the same thing as another, i.e. to agree, assent, to concede, not to refuse, to promise, not to deny, to confess, to declare, to confess, admit or declare oneself guilty of what one is accused of, to profess, to declare openly, speak out freely, to profess oneself, the worshiper of one. That's what I'm saying. We confessing that we believe in Yahawah Shem Yahawashi through faith, just like our forefathers did, just like our foremothers did, man. You see? It says to praise, to celebrate. You know what I'm saying? That's what it means to confess. You know what I'm saying? We celebrate the fact that we pilgrims in this place, man, because the Lord gonna destroy it. And when it's rebuilt, I was saying, when it's rebuilt the way the Heavenly Father sees fit, you know what I'm saying, through through Yahawashi, King David, the 144,000 on to the rest of the nation, on down to you heathens getting your back beat to mess up what you destroyed. You see, pilgrims and strangers, man. That's what I'm saying. We just passing through this thing, man. This ain't our rest. All these, and it's hella precepts to back all that up. You know. All right. Now, so let me see. Verse 14. It says, "For they that say such things declare plainly that they seek a country. And truly, if they had been mindful of that country from whence they came out, they might have had opportunity to have returned. But now they desire a better country, that is, an heavenly, wherefore Yahawah is not ashamed to be called their power, for he hath prepared for them a city." And this is the promise. This is the promise that we hold fast to, man. This is the understanding that we need. You see? It ain't no way to get around these things, man. If you believe in Yahawah Shem Yahawashi, man, and he said that he was gonna do these things, man, your faith is gonna increase, man. You know? That's what I say. I would say, why go back to Egypt? Why go back to Egypt when we can have a kingdom, man? You know, why stay in America when we can have a kingdom? You see what I'm saying? It says, "But now they desire a better country, that is an heavenly, wherefore Yahawah is not ashamed to be their power." See, I will say the Lord had to turn his back on us, on this establishment that we on right now, man, because it was so wicked and defiled, man. And we was head first in it, man. It says, "By faith, Abraham, when he was tried, offered up Isaac, and he that had received the promises offered up his only begotten son," man. You know, his only begotten son. Now notice, he had Ishmael too, but his only begotten son was Isaac. You know what I'm saying? Let's get that word begotten. You know, that was the son that the promise was going through, so that was the only son that mattered. You see? All right. Monogenes. It says, "Single of his kind, only, used of only sons or daughters, viewed in relationship to their parents, used of a Mashiach, denotes the only begotten son." You know what I'm saying? Now the Heavenly Father has many sons, you know, but he has only one begotten, which is Yahawashi. You know what I'm saying? If we those men will be those 144,000. You know what I'm saying? But that yet remains to be seen. That's what we working for. That's what we pushing towards. You know. We'll say Abraham had multiple sons, man. But that's what I'm saying. All his sons didn't get the blessing. You know. Jacob got the blessing instead of Esau. You know. Judah was made the head tribe out of all Jacob's sons, even though he wasn't the firstborn. So the Lord can do what he wants, man. The Lord makes the decisions. So the Lord said, with faith, with Abraham giving up his only begotten son, which was Isaac, you know what I'm saying? That showed his faith. Verse 18, it says, "Of whom it was said that in Isaac thy seed shall be called, accounting that Yahawah was able to raise him up even from the dead, from whence also he received him in a figure. By faith, Isaac blessed Jacob and Esau concerning things to come. By faith, Jacob, when he was dying, blessed both the sons of Joseph and worshiped leaning upon his staff." You know, and to keep in mind, now, Abraham, and we'll see, Salakia, it says, by faith, it says, accounting that the Most High was able to raise him up even from the dead, from whence also he received him in a figure. You know what I'm saying? That was going into Isaac. I said that was going into Isaac, who wasn't taken out at the time. That judgment was going to be later in the future. You know what I'm saying? Now, it don't say whether or not Abraham knew all that, but with the information that he had already, he had enough faith to where he was going to go ahead and do what the Most High said concerning Isaac. You see? So that faith changed that situation, man. You know? If he had more, I will say, if Abraham would have showed Yahawah that he loved Isaac more, then the Lord would have killed Isaac, man. You see? Instead, Abraham understood that he gave me my son. So if anything, he'll give me another one because I'm being obedient, right? And then that boosted his faith. You see what I'm saying? All right. It says, by faith, Joseph, when he died, made mention of the departing of the children of Israel and gave commandment concerning his bones. See, each one of our forefathers, man, that died with a good report, they all let us know what was to come. They always gave us something to take with us. You see? It says, by faith, Moses, when he was born, was hid 3 months of his parents because they saw he was a proper child, and they were not afraid of the king's commandment. By faith, Moses, when he was come to years, refused to be called the son of Pharaoh's daughter. Now, he could have easily been royalty. He could have easily took that on. But his faith in Yahawashi said, you know what, man? The Lord called me to get to free his people. So that's what I'm going to do. I got faith that the Lord is going to look out for me. You know, and Moses they was driving Moses nuts. You see? But he was faithful until the end. Verse 25, it says, choosing rather to suffer affliction with the people of Yahawah than to enjoy the pleasure of sin for a season. You know, they were always looking ahead. You see? Moses had no idea he wasn't going to make it to the promised land. But actually, he went back to the spirit world. So that was just, you know, that's even better to sit on the right-hand side of the Heavenly Father, man. You know what I'm saying? Not in Yahawashi's seat, but on the right-hand side of the Heavenly Father as a whole. You know? It says, esteeming the reproach of Hamashiach greater riches than the treasures of Egypt, for he had respect unto the recompense of the reward. He understood. That's what I'm saying. He understood the reward for giving up all of that stuff, man. It says, by faith he forsook Egypt, not fearing the wrath of the king. He endured, and seeing him who is invisible. You know what I'm saying? He wasn't worried about Pharaoh. He was worried about the Heavenly Father. You see? His faith in the Heavenly Father made him be able to withstand that battle with Pharaoh, free his people, and earn his spot. You see? It says, through faith, he kept the Passover and the sprinkling of blood, lest he that destroyed the firstborn should touch them. By faith, they passed through the Red Sea, and as by dry land, which the Egyptians are saying to do were drowned. That's what I'm saying. So them having faith in the Heavenly Father, you know, Moses leading the Israelites through the water, you know, and obviously Pharaoh and his people didn't. And what happened? The difference between faith and no faith, you see, Pharaoh and them got drowned. And even when you go into the wilderness, man, the difference between faith and no faith, what happened when the Lord swallowed them niggas up in the ground and closed that thing back up? You see? So understanding the difference between having faith and not having faith, man, is detrimental to your life, your spirit, your everything, man. Verse 30, it says, by faith the walls of Jericho fell down, after they were compassed about 7 days. By faith the harlot Rahab perished not with them that believed not, when she had received the spies with peace. You see? Even the heathen had faith in that situation, man. She had seen the power of the Heavenly Father. And that's how it's going to be in the kingdom, man. Look, the Lord going to, the heathen are going to see the power of the Lord, man, and they going to know, man. They going to know. Rahab seen that power. Her household seen that power. You know? It says, and what shall I more say? For the time will fail me to tell of Gideon and of Barak and of Samson and of Jephthah and David also and Samuel and of the prophets. You know what I'm saying? Another list. You know what I'm saying? More of our forefathers whose faith was beneficial, man. It says who through faith subdued kings, wrought righteousness, obtained promises, stopped the mouths of lions, quenched the violence of fire, escaped the edge of the sword, out of weakness were made strong, waxed valiant in fight, turned to flight the armies of the aliens, man. This is what faith gets you, man. This is what faith gets you, man. I'm going to read those couple of verses again. This is Hebrews 11 and 32. It says, and what shall I more say? For the time will fail me to tell of Gideon, Barak, Samson, Jephthah, David, Samuel, and the prophets, who through faith We subdued kingdoms. We wrought righteousness. We obtained those promises. We stopped the mouth of lions, man. Them lions did not eat Daniel, man. They ate the heathen. You see? It says we quenched the violence of fire, escaped the edge of the sword. Out of weakness, we were made strong. We waxed valiant in fight and turned to flight the armies of the aliens, man. Why? All through faith in Yahawah, by Hashem, Yahawashi, by Hashem, qadash, man. Straight up. Straight up. And I'm amped about this series, man, because there's so many different ways you can go. You know what I'm saying? Some of these lessons I might be by myself. Hey, some I might team up with a brother. Who knows what the spirit going to allow, man? But the spirit is hot on this topic right now, man. It has to be. You see? It says, women received their dead raised to life again, and others were tortured, not accepting deliverance. You see? It says that they might obtain a better resurrection. And others had a trial of cruel mockings and scourgings, yea, moreover, of bonds and imprisonment. And this is what we had. This is what's facing us, Akim. All these things, man. All these things are what we facing, man. Trials and mockings and scourgings, imprisonment and bonds. Yeah, that's coming for us, man. According to the scriptures. But it's through faith that we're going to be able to knock these walls down, man. Faith unto death. You know what I'm saying? Yahawashi had faith unto death, man. You know, he was in the womb for 3 days, man, started to decompose, man, and then was brought back to life. So that's a hell of a process, man. You know what I'm saying? That's the whole process, man. So if that's the whole process that you got to go to, so be it, man. That means you was elected, man, whether you died on this side or whether you came back, whether you was raised up first or what. You see? But it starts with that faith, man. It starts with that faith. What's it? You ain't going to be able to move no mountain. You ain't going to be able to shoot laser beams out your eyes. You ain't going to be able to fly or none of that shit without faith in Yahawah, Hashem, Yahawashi, man. You see? It says they were stoned, they were sawn asunder, were tempted, were slain with the sword. They wandered about in sheepskins and goatskins, being destitute, afflicted, and tormented, but they still had faith. You see? Still had faith. It says, of whom the world was not worthy, they wandered in deserts and in mountains and in dens and in caves of the earth. You know what I'm saying? Yahawashi said he ain't had no place to lay his head, man. It says, and these all, having obtained a good report through faith, received not the promise. You know what I'm saying? The Most High having provided some better thing for us, that they without us should not be made perfect, man. You know what I'm saying? So all that faith our forefathers and foremothers had, man, they died with that faith, man. You know what I'm saying? Knowing that it was going to be better in the future, man. Knowing that the Lord, having that faith that the Lord wasn't going to lie. Having that faith that the Lord ain't going to change his mind. You know what I'm saying? It said ye sons of Jacob have not been consumed, man. It said he was going to lead that remnant, man. The remnant is here, working through faith. Through faith. You know what I'm saying? So, hey, with that, I want to give all praises, honor, and glory to Yahawah, by Hashem, Yahawashi, by Hashem, qadash. Double honors to the apostles and elders. Double honors to the apostles and elders at Great Millstone, and peace and blessings to the elect. Shalom.